Hey guys, hoping all is well with everybody. In this video we're going to be going over vocabulary terms practice number 5. Now recall that as we come across any double meaning words, I'll definitely be pointing them out. But just keep it in the back of your mind that sometimes when we use words, we can use them in multiple contexts, which means that they can carry more than one definition. Okay, let's look at our first word today. Our first word today is the word approximate, and approximate is spelled A-P-P-R-O-X-I-M-A-T-E. Now the definition of approximate is close to the actual but not completely accurate or exact. Okay, so close to the actual but not completely accurate or exact. Okay. So the example that I came up with for this definition is that when architects are building a house, they never approximate. They never guess or they never estimate because their measurements have to be exact. So they can't be close to the exact value or what they're measuring. It has to be exact. So they don't make any approximations or estimates. Okay, so this is our first word, approximate, spelled A-P-P-R-O-X-I-M-A-T-E, defined as close to the actual, but not completely accurate or exact. Okay, let's look at our second word. Our second word is a double meaning word, and it is the word compensate. And compensate is spelled C-O-M-P-E-N-S-A-T-E. Okay. Now the primary definition of compensate is to give something typically of monetary value in recognition of a loss, suffering, or injury having occurred. Okay? So to give something typically money in recognition of a loss, suffering, or injury having occurred. Okay. The sentence that I came up with for this definition is payments were given to the farmers to compensate for cut in subsidies. So the loss or suffering is the cut in subsidies. The compensation is the payments that were made in response and given to the farmers. Okay. The second definition of compensate is to make up for something unwelcome or unpleasant by exerting an opposite force or effect. So make up for something unwelcome or unpleasant by exerting an opposite force or effect. And the definition, or the sentence that I came up with for this definition is that the price of the item has been reduced to compensate for a defect. So in this case, the defect is the something or unwelcome or unpleasant, in this case unpleasant, and the compensation that was made for it was the reduction in price. So that was making up for the defect, which is, so the opposite force was the reduction in price for making up for the effect of having a defect. Okay? Okay, so this is the second word, compensate, spelled C-O-M-P-E-N-S-A-T-E. Let's look at our third word today. So for our next word, it's a double meaning word, but both definitions are very similar. Okay, so just keep that in mind as we go for this word. Our next word is the word moral, and immoral is spelled M-O-R-A-L. The primary definition of moral is concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior. Okay, and the sentence that I came up with for this definition is, he prides himself on being a highly moral and ethical person. Moral is basically what we as a society deem as what is right and what is wrong in terms of behavior and proper conduct, and basically how we act. It's basically kind of like how your conscience tells you what's right and wrong, kind of like that. The second definition of moral, as I mentioned, is very similar to the first one, is holding or manifesting high principles of proper conduct. So holding or manifesting high principles of proper conduct. Okay. So again, it's basically what we deem as a society as what is right and wrong. Okay. So again, our third word is moral, and it is spelled M-O-R-A-L, and is defined as what is concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior, or holding or manifesting high principles of proper conduct. Okay. Let's look at our fourth word for today. Our fourth word for today is the word obsolete. Obsolete is spelled O-B-S-O-L-E-T-E. The definition of obsolete is something that is no longer used or something that is out of date. So no longer produced or used or out of date. And the sentence that I came up for with this definition is the disposal of old and obsolete machinery. So as time goes on, things like your washer and dryer, and maybe even some like lawn machines like your lawnmower or things like that, they get just old over time because they're used so much. And when they become no longer usable, you can dispose of them because they become obsolete, they're out of date, and you usually buy a more modern or a brand new one. Okay? So this is our fourth word, obsolete, O-B-S-O-L-E-T-E, no longer produced or used or out of date. Okay? let's look at our last word for today. Our last word for today is the word resemble. And our resemble is spelled R-E-S-E-M-B-L-E. And resemble is defined as having qualities or features, especially in appearance, in common with someone or something. So, having qualities or features especially appearance in common with someone or something. Okay. I actually have two examples for the word resemble. The first one is twins usually resemble each other. They look very similar in physical features and traits. Their personalities might be different, but they do resemble or look like each other. The other example I kind of thought of was when you go cloud watching, you look for what clouds resemble. You look for something that clouds look like. I think that's kind of difficult sometimes to see what the shape of a cloud can look like, but it's just you're looking for what the shape of a cloud kind of looks like in terms of its appearance. Okay, so this is our last word for today, the word resemble, R-E-S-E-M-B-L-E, having qualities or features, especially in appearance, in common with someone or something. Okay. Alright, so let's do a quick recap of all of our words for today. We have the word approximate, compensate, moral, obsolete, and resemble. Okay, and then just a quick definition recap. We have approximate meaning close to the actual but not completely accurate or exact. Compensate is a double meaning word. First definition meaning to give something typically of a monetary value in recognition of an injury, suffering, or loss having occurred. But its second definition is to make up for something unwelcome or unpleasant by exerting an opposite force or effect. Moral's definition is a double meaning word. Its primary definition is concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior, and its second definition is holding or manifesting the principles of proper conduct. Our fourth word is the word obsolete. It is no longer produced or used, also out of date. And last but not least, the word resemble is defined as having qualities or features, especially in appearance, in common with someone or something. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about any of the words that we covered today, please don't ever hesitate to contact or message me, okay? But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.